that Maya talks about is that as a society we don't have characters that we can look up to anymore. People, we have characters we can look up to. We have characters, definitely have characters in society, but we don't have people with character that we can look up to anymore, that are role models, that have great character. It seems these days that if I said that, John Hancock was a great character, someone could tell me John Hancock was a horrible person. And so there's a great debate now between what's, with regard to anyone that you can kind of stack up and say has a great character. And so, we want to talk about this for a second here with regard to character. Do you guys agree with that? In our society, there isn't anyone that we can really say, wow, this person is of great moral fiber, great character, and that we can look up to and strive to be?
I think with that, it relates back to, like, earlier in the book when we were talking about selfism, that we decide what good character is, or we decide what good morals are. So if there's somebody who fits into that category of somebody with good morals, or what we think are good morals, then we would choose that person as somebody with high character. But somebody sitting across the table from me might think that those things are completely wrong. They have a different selfism. So that, like, that's why the bumping of the heads or the disagreement on what a person with great character would be.
Right. I think this lack of good leaders with character caters towards selfism, because we don't have someone to look at and use as a role model. So we create it for our own self, and then that goes into just looking after yourself and being a me firster, and that can't be good for communities and society as a whole, I don't think.
It seems to me that it's all rubbish. I think it's all absolute rubbish. I think I totally disagree with Maya in this regard. I honestly don't believe that there's ever been a time where there has been, I'm sure there have been times where people have looked up to someone and said, wow, this person's a great character, but who the bloody hell knows if they actually were? The truth is that in many ways, the thing that's kind of interesting is that technology in this regard has made us aware of human beings as who they are. And in many ways, maybe it's made the world better in that regard, that it's actually made us see people for who they were. Maybe we need to, as a society, learn to attribute and not build up this kind of facade that we want to see people as, but accept them for who they really are. I don't believe for a second that anyone back in the day, due to lack of information, we were only privy to a certain amount of information about them, that we saw them in a certain light. That had nothing to do with necessarily the person that they actually were. It's still a part of a facade that we're building up. So, to say now that we're lacking character, I don't think that actually even really ever exists to a great degree.
I don't know if I go that far.
In the sense that, to find somebody to look up to, I believe that everyone has their faults, and the difference is now that there are people obviously with good character, but now their faults are also out there for everyone to see, and so people can dispute it.
But, nobody's perfect. You're not perfect, so
Definitely not.
For you to expect your role model to be perfect is a little hypocritical.
Well, we do that,
like
don't we?
we talk about. So you need to what makes somebody have good character is how they handle themselves when they have messed up, is what they do after that fact, because nobody's going to be perfect all the time. So, your character is really shown through when you have messed up and what you do right after that, not necessarily what you've done before that.
I think what makes the public figures' character look so distorted nowadays is because before they didn't really have to worry about being seen in a public scene all the time. Now you have paparazzi everywhere they go that are taking pictures, waiting on them to mess up, and it's no telling how they construed the stories or misconstrued the stories to make a certain purpose. So I still don't think that their character may not be what we want it to be, but I don't think it's all as bad as the media makes it seem.
Right, but you have to decipher between that. And
right.
That comes back to the chapter that we all went over for the media. It's you can't believe every tabloid out there, obviously, but you can't believe everything that's on television and media, but you have to be able to decipher between what is facts and true, and it's a hard thing nowadays.
I think also with the whole media thing, it could be a possibility that media, like they're focusing on getting our attention, so they're gonna put negative things out there that's gonna get our attention. So it could be that they're focusing on those people who really do lack character, and the focus aren't on the people who do have a good moral fiber, or who are very who are real role models that people can look up to. Maybe the focus is so heavily weighed on the people who are doing negative things that we see that there's such a huge a huge character gap. But could be possibly that it's not. Maybe you should look up to your professor or to your uncle or your coach or something, but that focuses on the people out there getting drunk and DUIs and stuff like
You know,
that.
you're totally right. You'd never sell a paper if you had nothing happen today. You know, it was all right. Everything went as planned.
That's true. Bad news does make the best news.
Yeah, yeah. Even if it's rubbish, bad news.
And this book, like you kind of mentioned, focuses on the people that are in the spotlight every day as being role models, and it fails to mention that there are really good teachers and really good parents and really good business people that aren't in the news or aren't ever even thought of, when you pass them on the street, that are very good people and very good role models. So.
Yeah, most definitely. There are a lot of great role models out there that aren't getting airplay. That's for damn sure. Okay. Something else that we want to talk about as well. You know, going on the same lines, another little snippet here that we like to address is little things like, for instance, like you were saying earlier, that Hustler essentially had an ad where if you had sexual congress or any kind of sexual situation with anyone who's in the public eye, that they would pay you $1 million. I think that was purely towards Sarah Palin, but that's just me.
You have to have proof too.
Yeah, you have to have proof.
Just make it up. You have to have proof.
I.e. a videotape. You all know so much that's helpless in society. All right, so moving on here, one of the things that we also want to talk about here is this kind of evolution to where political figures have just as much sway, or celebrities have just as much sway as political figures, and how that's kind of terraformed our society. Any thoughts?
The most annoying thing ever in this last election was celebrities telling people to vote for.
Yeah.
That annoyed me so much.
That's true.
But that's kind of off topic.
Not only that, but if you turned into BET because we had a black person running,
Mm-hmm.
what you see on the commercial is vote black. I mean, it didn't matter who to vote for, vote black.
Or what he believed in.
Yeah, what you believed in, it's just vote black because you got BET, Black Entertainment, and because they have so much pull out, the various artists on there, they were able to forget about the issues and all of that stuff, but vote black.
Scary thought, isn't it?
It is so sad.
It's a very, very scary thought. I personally, once again, Maya has a very, very good point. He's right on this, and once again, as a society, we need to wake up because it's absolutely ridiculous. Celebrities, the concept to me of someone being famous because they portray the lives of regular people all the time is kind of weird conundrum to me as well as it is. But we do as a society, we elevate these people almost to like godlike status. I once had a roommate who would be on one of those websites that would be looking at the lives of of celebrities. She knew more about celebrities' lives than she knew about her own life.
Yeah.
I swear to you. And so therefore, they're influencing us. But who the hell are they to influence us?
Most of the time, not a good person.
Yeah. Okay.
Lacking character.
Yeah, definitely lacking character, yet they're influencing the hell out of us with regard to that, which drives me crazy. Especially the ones of us who, many of us don't actively think for ourselves. So many of us are pretty much swayed by what, Tom Cruise says about any topic that Tom Cruise talks about. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, that was kind of interesting. My random political ball, crap like that. But anyway, moving on here. Something else that we want to talk about. Cheat, get what we want.
Americans like to cheat.
Yeah. We have this thing where if we can do it dishonestly and get away with it, we'll do it. Maybe not. What do we want to say here?
Well, I think that goes towards appearance, because if you cheat to get not only what you want, but you're portrayed that way on the television as well if you're a political figure.